All right. The regular council meeting of the Village of Armada will now come to order. Will everyone stand for the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call, please, clerk.
Shaw.
Here.
Clark.
Here.
Conan.
Here.
Wallach.
Here.
Baylor.
Here.
Slats.
Here.
Duffy.
Here.
We have approval of the agenda. Also, to start, I'm going to tell you that we have a resolution in front of us that needs to be added to the agenda. So we'll make that part of it.
D.
Yes.
Actually, it'll be C.
Excuse me.
C is removed.
Yeah, we're gonna pull the sewer rate methodology.
So this
Yes.
It'll end up being C.
It'll end up
C.
being C.
Yeah,
We're
C
pulling
will
sewer?
Yeah.
Pulling sewer and adding.
Armada trap nonprofit
Armada trap.
regulation.
Mr. President, I'll move the agenda be accepted as amended.
Support.
Moved and supported. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Next is the citizen comments at this time. Anyone in the audience would like to address the council at this time? You have 3 minutes. State your name for the record, and we'll go from there. Any gentleman wants? Go on, Tom. That's good. Our meeting will be shorter. Okay, there's no presentations tonight. Administrative reports you have. F&B report, treasurer's report, code of enforcement report, and liaison reports will be the last and that item. So F&B, you want to start with Steve and your...
It's Chris and Matt are here, I'll turn it over to them.
You can start.
I'll start by saying that for the month of August, we had no discharge violations. And as well, during the Armada Fair, F&V collects and analyzes the samples, and the analytical results of those samples are utilized to calculate a surcharge rate for the village to then the fair board for the cost of the additional treatment.
If you guys haven't already received, you should be receiving the fair invoice.
We have received it, so we're all set.
And we did go above and beyond on that a little bit because we had an issue with the sampler not being here because of previous people. We did, Stuart went out of his way, brought a sampler from a different place, and we utilized that one. And the new sampler since showed up, so.
And I know you guys had issues over there with them putting dumpsters on
I
top of the
think it was a
manhole.
20 or 30 yard dumpster they kept putting along the fence there and just covering the manhole. We moved it once, had to move it once, and they did it again. The guys were able to get the sampler still removed and collect the sample, but
We'll work on that better next year.
maybe put some caution tape up or something right
Yeah.
there. I spoke to you earlier, Steve. You said that PM or annual maintenance on the Hydrodyne mechanical screen.
Yeah, it's on the agenda
So I don't
this
need to
evening.
touch on that? Okay. I'd like to be all sunshine and positive. I've been in contact with Kennedy Industries. Been kind of battling back and forth with them the last 8 days. Last week, we, per the CMMS, removed the inspection port on motor pump number 2 to check for liquid. Glycol started coming out on my finger. They were immediately called, and I'm still in process with them. Steve has a proposal that I just received today in front of him for them to come out and inspect the pump and verify it is a mechanical seal issue. And I don't know, I'm trying to get them to cover it. What we'll see is that pump was rehabilitated 3 years ago.
So the warranty's expired?
Yeah, it was only a 1 year warranty.
The price here Chris has is almost $2,000.
That also includes changing glycol and stuff. It's just a little above, but you're gonna pay $1,200 to get them on site, so. That way it's verified. The mini cast that records the ohms and stuff, if we have a seal failure, that's not alerting that there's a seal failure. But
You happen
there's-
to know, did we change the impeller on that one?
Yep, that one's got a high chrome. Number 2 and number 3 have both been, both seals have been replaced and the impellers have been upgraded to the high chrome impellers.
Okay.
Number 1, I don't want to jinx it, we haven't done anything to change the glycol, so.
So, but it could be possible if you talk to them, that nut figure could be down a little bit, maybe?
From the previous expenses that we paid on the pumps, it'd be way down because we wouldn't be paying for an impeller, but it's, if they don't cover it and I can't talk them into it, it's probably gonna be a few $1,000s to replace the mechanical seal.
And these pumps are gonna be replaced
They're not even gonna be in use anymore.
in the grand scheme of things, but meanwhile, the thing's gotta run.
There's a little give and take. I'm trying to get them out here and maybe give them another piece of work. Maybe they'll work with us a little bit. I'm not been very nice with the main guy over there because he's trying to argue with me about things. But I'm doing our due diligence, trying to stick up for you guys. So, I mean, there's a tag right on the pump that says when it was rebuilt. So I'll go into further discussions about that off camera if he needs to. Today, we Tri-County was on site to factor both wet wells, and I brought that up because in Appendix D, I just wanted you guys to be aware, with Steve's approval, I'm gonna go ahead and have Jet Pump come out and do the annual preventative maintenance inspections on the submersible pumps at Colonial Street Lift Station and the Triplex lift station at the plant. They were the cheapest. Kennedy was $2,000, and they were the cheapest. So, and they also done it previously, so they've got all that information.
Have we had any issues at the lift station since the new lid's been put on it?
We had a complaint today.
From?
There's some, I guess, from the fire guy, the neighbor there.
Okay.
Just, there's some, he's got a complaint, if I recall right, you can interrupt me, about the drop down from the sidewalk to the wet well.
It's the
And
same.
a couple pieces of cement laying around. which we can pick up.
Okay. The drop is the same as it was.
And there was some grass
No,
seed
no,
here.
no.
It's a
It's very minimal maintenance that would be done to make them happy, but
Okay, okay, thanks.
But besides that, no.
Okay, because I just want to make sure, you know, because they realigned all that stuff. I just want to make sure that the rails are working good with the, you know, the floats and everything, so, okay.
I have been in contact with EMS Plumbing to come do the annual inspection or testing on the RPZs, backflow preventers. He said he got us on the schedule. That was about 2 weeks ago. I haven't heard anything. We had 2 call-outs during August. Both were for high flows in the same day. We had, if I remember right, 2.2 inches of rain on that day. So we just came in and adjusted the PLC and checked over the plant before departing. I believe that is all I have. Does anybody have any questions for me or us?
Matt, what's your last name?
Karstens,
You spell that?
Carstens.
Thanks.
I will be in touch with you.
Okay, and Matt, welcome to Armada.
And you guys have a good
Well,
evening.
you're gonna be close to our meeting now, closer than Chris.
Yep, about 35 minutes.
Yeah.
That's it.
Right down Gratiot goes pretty good.
Yes, sir. It's a good drive.
Okay, thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks, and have a safe trip home, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Treasurer's report you have in your packet. Any questions? If none, you have your code enforcement report in there also. And then next is the liaison reports. You have any questions?
Got a couple of obligatory reports, Mr. President.
Okay, go ahead, Ron.
Okay, water, we completed the water tower maintenance this week and did the biological testing and everything checked out fine.
It's great that we have that maintenance package because it didn't cost us anything, so that's good news. We've got the draft invitation for bid for well house number 6 pump repair. So that's in to Ed to take a look at the scope, make sure the scope's right, and Michelle's going to send it to Jeff to make sure the insurance and other components of that paperwork are good, and then we're hoping to send that out next Monday. This is a budgeted item, so we've planned for it. Want to try to get it out on the street so that at the next meeting we can make a determination of who's going to do that pump repair. A little bad news, was informed today by Ed that we have a water main break down vicinity of the water treatment plant. So I got to find out more information on that. I didn't get a chance to talk to him today. I just got a quick email. So doesn't sound like it's anything serious. He's on it. He's going to work on it tomorrow. And then with respect to the sesquicentennial, we're about 3 weeks away. Things are shifting into high gear. Right now, with respect to the commemoration ceremony, the governor has sent her regrets. She's kind of busy. Senator Lawyers looks like he's going to come and speak. Representative York's going to come and speak. Somebody from the county executive's office, probably one of the deputies, Mark Hackle's got 3, will come and speak. Got to get a name. Don't have anything from Commissioner Brown's office yet. I understand Candace Miller's coming to, but I got nothing that says she's going to speak. So, and that's certainly her prerogative. If you know her fairly well, Marv, and you get a chance, you may want to call directly. I never met her, so
I know her real well.
just to see if she wants to speak. I mean, certainly she's welcome to come and participate. Steve Nichols Jr. from the township was going to come and say good things about the village from the township's perspective, and then we've got some other folks. You obviously, probably ABA, the Fair Board, Armada Chamber, to have an opportunity to speak. Contracts for both bands have been signed and submitted. That stuff's on target. We've got some advertising coming out in one of the newspapers, and then there are going to be a couple interviews in the Record this next week or so. So things are really starting to pick up here. Questions? Okay.
Council has none, Ross.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Next is the consent agenda approval, the regular council meeting minutes of September 9th, and the payment of bills, special event permit, applications for the village sesquicentennial. What is the council's wishes, please?
Mr. President, I'll move the consent agenda be accepted as presented.
Support.
Been moved and supported. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Old business sewer plan update. Do you have anything additional, Mr. Clark?
No, I'm all set. We've got something coming up in new business.
All right, thank you. Mr. Ballard, your street department administrator, please.
Well, we had our walkthrough 2 weeks ago tomorrow. The punch list is made. They have not started anything down there, which kind of surprises me. I'll get over to Gus tomorrow and see what their date for that is. The walkthrough was gone through with President Wallach, Trustee Clark, Ed, myself, Gus from Spalding D. Decker, and George from Superior Contracting. We pointed out some very small things that he had. We had some water puddling and along the curbs and the gutters, and we have some that's at the mouth of Simon Street there that puddled. We had some cracked cement that they said they would take care of, and they're going to reseed the entire thing, the grass, so which is good.
Boy, some of that grass is coming really
Yeah,
nice.
he said,
Not all of it.
said he put double fertilizer on it. He says, and this is some of the best grass he's grown ever.
Better than what went in front of my house.
Yeah.
Fulton, yeah.
And he said that they seeded it. He says they got the right amount of rain at the right time. So,
Yeah.
even the one down there that blew the mat back, I guess, he said they're gonna take care of that too. Okay?
Very good, Mr.
All we have, thank you.
Next is new business approval of proposal from Hydradyne, for service inspection. Mr. Clark.
Well, it's been reported the last couple of times, they've had some shear pins break on the grid screen. And I think it's time that we have them come in and do their inspection on it. I don't like paying this kind of money, but they are coming up from Florida. That's where the machine was rebuilt, and that's where they're gonna be coming from. In your packet, list their off-site inspections and service that includes, I won't get into everything here, but I think it's needed. We spent a lot of money on it. I want to keep it up and running the right way. It might just need to be tweaked a little bit, and maybe they figure out why it's shearing off the shear pins. So unless anybody has any questions, I'll resolve to approve a one-year service contract from Hydradyne Engineering in the not-to-exceed amount of $2,900 for on-site inspection and service on the grid screen at the sewer plant, and to allow the president, clerk, or sewer commissioner Clark to sign on the village's behalf.
Support.
Pardon me. Been moved and supported. Any further discussion?
Steve, not a warranty issue or anything? Or is it out of warranty or?
It's about ready to go on warranty. That's why I want to make sure they get in here and do what needs to be done.
Okay. Is it, so is it possible that they might say that, oh yeah, that's something that we will cover?
Possible, yes.
That's what, hey, I'll take it.
I have no guarantees, but
Right.
that's what.
We'll keep open.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right, any further discussion? And if not, it's being money spent, so we'll have a roll call on this, please.
Clark,
Yes.
Ballard,
Yes.
Elke,
Yes.
Sletz,
Yes.
Wolock,
Yes,
Shaw,
Yes.
Conan,
Yes.
motion carried. We have an appointment to the zoning board of appeals. So we have one applicant. So this fills our ZBA for 5. So almost one of the first times we've had that in a long time. So I think it's fitting proper that I recommend and present this name. So Dennis Lemieux has submitted, the interest in it, and he's been, around building and everything else. His credentials is great. So I would recommend him as one of our zoning board of appeals persons. So at this time, what is council's wishes?
Mr. President, I resolve to comply with the President's recommendation to appoint Dennis Lemieux to the Zoning Board of Appeals to a term ending December 31st, 2021, subject to the appointee meeting the qualifications set forth in Chapter 2 of the General Law Village Act.
Support.
Been moved and supported. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. And naturally C has been taken off for tonight. Up and coming agenda items.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry, gentlemen.
Well, the old C went away and we got
yeah,
a new
we're
C.
just gonna do.
Well, I forgot to write it down, gentlemen.
Gotta watch it.
Okay, we have this request, and Michelle will explain maybe a little bit more.
If you guys recall back in April, we had to do this for the April Millsap Garden, Memorial Garden, because they were selling raffle tickets, so they had to have we had to approve them as a nonprofit organization at the local level. I believe they've done everything, that they had to do something at the state level also, correct?
Is applying as a 501(c) for a raffle license to the Michigan Gaming Commission. We have to be recognized by the village of Armada as a nonprofit doing business here.
Right.
So-
It's the same thing we did with the Millsap Garden, same motion, except for different name on their resolution. Just need somebody to make the motion to accept the resolution.
And
I
so,
resolve to approve the attached resolution recognizing the Armada Trap Boosters as a non-profit organization operating in the community.
Support.
been moved and supported. Any further discussion?
Mr. President, I would like to say that it's about time that we have a team like this up at our high school, and I'm very proud to be on this council to vote in the affirmative and recognizing them.
I'd like them to tell, what did you place at states?
We took the state championship.
Yeah,
this year.
that's awesome, isn't it? Yeah.
The month of July, we went back for nationals. They had a national shoot. They had over 1,800 kids shoot individually. 203 teams competed. Armada's team came in, I think, 33rd. They kept on changing. There was something about a reverse score. But yeah, we fared pretty well out there. We got a good program going. Hopefully we can keep this going. We got a nice rivalry with Richmond.
That's awesome. Yep.
So, I mean, we're really close and we kind of joke with each other, but I mean, it's good. It's good for the kids. We want to get them out there. We want to educate them. We want to keep shooting and get them in these sports. There are so many opportunities out there in shooting sports and, what do I want to say? Scholarships. There's so much scholarship money out there in shooting sports. It's unbelievable. So we want to keep them going. Now,
How many years has this been?
this in Michigan it is our 4th season. We're one of 7 that started, and just this past spring we had 66 high schools in
I
Michigan.
mean, for such a short time to be state championship, that's really great.
Richmond was a state champion last year. We were this year. It started all in Minnesota. Right now they have over 10,000 kids shooting. We have 190 clubs that participate. So they're really looking at us. We've really doubled what they set out to do. I mean, when they started it, for getting 66 schools involved in such a short time, they're really taking notice.
Yeah, good.
So, and it is going, they're adding more states as every year. So, it's a good thing.
Well, then I'd like to add too, for our area, they get their license, their tickets will be on sale October the 5th.
No, they're drawing that.
Oh, they're
on
drawing
sale
it.
right now.
We have a function going on at the Birdville Lions Club. We're gonna have a cornhole tournament, and we're gonna watch the football game, Michigan State and Ohio State. So,
Go green.
yeah, we had a scheduled pig or rib cook-off in the morning. That was that got kind of out of hand. They wanted all these professionals to come in, so. But we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna raffle off some prizes and stuff. So.
Well, if anybody wants to help support and buy some of the tickets, it's available. Okay, just see one of the members apparently.
Or call the
Yeah.
school, I'm sure school can put them in touch with somebody.
Yeah, they can put. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Rob Rye.
Yeah.
I
That's awesome.
know end of October 26th, we're gonna have what we call a Fall Classic, where we're inviting Richmond, Lakeshore, Memphis, and Armada all shoot in a little tournament out at BMBS Gun Club. So,
That's awesome.
Very good.
All right.
Thank you.
Great.
no, thank you.
Don't leave, I'll make a copy of that for you.
Thank
Well,
you.
thanks for coming, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Good luck.
We vote.
Yeah, you did,
We did.
I think.
No, we
Do you
didn't.
want
No, I don't
to
think we
vote?
did.
I think we
All
did.
right.
We had,
Uh,
Call the
We
vote.
had discussion.
Yeah,
Motion's on the floor and.
Yeah, it's on the floor. We
the
have
motion's
to-
there.
Wait a while, it's not
So,
finished.
yeah. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Feel better now.
Way too much rice.
Floor is open up again for citizen comments. Anyone interested? 3 minutes, state the name for the record. I already said that, didn't I? Nope. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Okay, let's back up a second and let's put the up and coming agenda. Because I know I mentioned it before and I forgot.
Our next meeting, County Clerk, or Macomb County Clerk Fred Miller is gonna be here. to do a short presentation or discussion with council.
So that should help somewhat with the senior citizen paying
The,
taxes?
well,
taxpayers and all
no, that's gonna be more about county stuff, the CDBG,
Programs?
yeah, the programs is gonna be discussed in, they're gonna be discussed in one of the November meetings. So our next meeting's on Columbus Day, so they're off, but, County Clerk Miller will be here.
Okay, very good. Now we'll go to the citizen comments, and I'm right on this one.
You were right, just a loud.
Any citizens would like to address the council at this time?
Yes, I've got one. So the next meeting will be post sesquicentennial, right? Be the second Tuesday of,
It's the 14th.
yeah. And so on 12 and 13 October, the village is hosting its 150th anniversary, the sesquicentennial of the municipal organization of the village. This has really gone in a period of about 6 to 7 months from nothing to probably really something, and got a lot of interest. We're looking for a few more parade applications if we can get them. I think we're going to wind up with a bunch of people just showing up and wanting to be in the parade. We've got pretty high interest in terms of the street fair. We've got some visiting organizations coming in. There's going to be things in the park, things in the downtown business district, a few things over at the fairground. We've got smart buses doing shuttle duty. It's going to be a great event. So I hope all you folks take a couple minutes to come out and see the activities and are there for the commemoration ceremony on Sunday. And everybody on Channel 6 comes out as well. Support your village.
Russ, I have a question. When is the parade? Is it on Sunday?
It is on Sunday, 1 o'clock to about 2 o'clock.
Okay, thank you.
It'll come down Fulton from Center Road. It'll go through the downtown business district, over to Spencer, go back up, and then back in the north side of the fairgrounds.
Thank you.
Very good, Ross, thank you.
Thank you.
Next, anyone else on the council?
I took notice of the code enforcer report that he's kind of gotten after some of the downtown businesses with the weeds in front of their stores. Because they've been looking kind of shabby. I know I pulled a few weeds around some of our own streetlights up there that were popping.
How are we right now?
Right here, I think we're good.
Yeah, one of the men did
Yeah.
clean it up here a couple weeks ago.
Sometimes we get a
Yeah,
little bit
Yeah, no.
Yep.
A couple weeks ago, he was out there, Victor
good.
was. Any community events other than a sub?
Sesquicentennial.
Sesquicentennial.
Yeah.
Should just roll off
It
your,
does.
off your
It's
tongue.
just, yeah.
Could be Subway, or could be anything else.
Say 150th anniversary.
150th, yeah.
That's easy.
All right, nothing else. We don't have a closed session tonight. I'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
The time is 7:29. I move to adjourn.
Support?
Moved and supported. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carried.